How do you sort out the so-called jargon from real-world practices that work? Do the members of your organization find some business or technology advice utterly confusing? Welcome to Real Talk with Sam Holcman. In this program, we set the record straight, and in terms that business people and technology people can understand. Now, here is your host, Sam Holcman.
Welcome to this edition of Real Talk. I'm Sam Holcman. Thanks for joining me in this particular edition. And the title for this broadcast is Data for AI, Building New Age Architecture. There was a recent article, and excuse me if I've pronounced this gentleman's name incorrectly, Magesh Kasturi, I believe, Kasturi. Once again, I apologize if I've stated the name incorrectly. And he wrote an article titled AI for Data and Data for AI, Developing New Age Architectures. Please remember what I titled this broadcast, Data for AI, Building a New Age Architecture. Our experience is quite different. This article takes his article and casts a very different perspective. For your information, Dr. Kasturi has a PhD in artificial intelligence and the genetic algorithm. He currently works as a distinguished member of the technical staff and principal consultant for Wipro Limited. I do not know or have met Dr. Kasturi. These are my comments on an article that he wrote in CIO. So let me begin. Data drives artificial intelligence, not the other way around. It is the foundation upon which AI systems need to be built and the fuel that determines how powerful, accurate, and innovative they can become. The correct phrase is data for AI, and that captures this reality. Without high-quality strategic data, AI cannot function effectively. Developing a data architecture that prioritizes data is the core that unlocks agility, insight, and competitive advantage in the era of intelligence automation. Now, how do we build a data-centric strategy for AI? A resilient architecture begins with the recognition that AI is only as strong as its data that it learns from. Businesses must establish clear data-led vision before integrating AI technologies. The first is vision alignment. Organizations need to articulate how their data assets support business strategy by enabling faster decisions, improved accuracy, and innovative services. For instance, in retail, the ability to segment and understand consumer data is what makes tailored recommendations possible when AI is later applied, not the other way around. Technology stack assessment, data lakes, data warehouses, data integration frameworks form the foundation before AI platforms can add value. Companies like Netflix prioritize building robust data pipelines first, then apply AI to extract value, such as personalization of user experiences. Talent and culture. Data engineers, architects, and domain experts must establish a culture of data stewardship. Without accurate data engineering, AI scientists lack the material to produce meaningful outputs and produce what is commonly called today hallucinations, what we call fabrications. Governance and risk management. Strong data governance ensures that when AI is applied, it operates on a trustworthy, compliant, and secure data set. For example, banks designing AI-based models for credit risk start with strict regulatory data practices well before AI enters the picture. Now, how do you prepare data for AI? Preparation of data is not an auxiliary activity. It is central to AI. Large language models and specialized small language models, which are now becoming of interest to people, only succeed when trained on curated, representative, and adapted data sets. And as some of you know from my broadcasts, I've done a broadcast and paper on large language models, fool's gold. And quite some time ago, I coined the phrase EAI, Enterprise Augmented Information, which the industry is now calling small language models. Now, how do we prepare this? Learning. Curating diverse, rich data sets enable AI to function. For example, in finance, gathering multilingual documents, transactions, compliance materials need to precede AI modeling and training in those activities. Unlearning, something that we're not doing. When data becomes outdated, biased, or erroneous, it must be decisively removed or masked from these AI data sets, ensuring AI systems do not amplify harmful patterns. Does anyone know if that's ever been done in these large language models? Or just does the sludge keep building upon itself? And by the way, the phrase that's used is model decay. They get worse over time because nobody is doing data cleansing. They just keep building on this spurious, erroneous data that is there. Relearning, because data reflects an evolving world, AI must continually adapt to fresh data. Feedback-driven, regularly fresh data sets is what keep models relevant. In engineering, the phrase that's used is an open-loop system produces defects, and a closed-loop system produces quality. Today's models are generally, as far as I know, let me remove the word generally, all of them are open-loop systems. Is AI a relevant tool for data management? Here we go. Once a robust data infrastructure is in place, AI may become an amplifier and useful tool, but it's always secondary. AI can assist in aspects of managing that data from ingestion to governance. Smart ingestion is what is required. AI systems could accelerate classification and mapping, but only if they rely on well-defined schemas created through a data-first strategy. Cataloging and discovery. Machine-driven metadata tagging transforms data lakes into usable business sources. But, huge but, underline but, usefulness depends entirely on how well the original data is collected. Both data syntax and, more importantly, data semantics, the meaning, must be considered. The latter, the meaning, is questionable in today's AI environments. Anomaly detection. AI flags inconsistencies, but the effectiveness of detection depends upon the integrity of the historical data baseline that's used. Governance, validation, and qualification. Trustworthy AI starts with, are you ready for this? Trustworthy data. Data governance. AI can enforce controls somewhat efficiently, but governance policies must originate from careful data stewardship practices. Data validation. Without continuous validation of raw inputs, AI will amplify errors rather than insights. Data qualification. Deciding if data is complete, consistent, and fit for purpose ensures that AI solutions target the right problems in the right context. Now, what about data strategy for future AI solutions? The long-term maturity of AI systems rests on disciplined data practices, ensuring data quality assurance through profiling, cleansing, and enrichment is indispensable. Facilitating secure data sharing through methods supports both innovation and compliance. Embedding ethics at the data level, not in the AI level, in the data level, ensures AI outcomes embody fairness, accountability, and integrity. Now let me reframe the use cases around data. These are from the article, but I'm reframing these. In healthcare, patient outcomes improve when medical data is clean, complete, and standardized. Only then can AI extract value through clinical analysis. In financial services, anti-money laundering depends on consistent, well-structured transaction data. AI then accelerates pattern recognition. In manufacturing, predictive maintenance relies on sensor data pipelines. Without reliable readings, once again, data, AI forecasts fail. In retail, clean, governed customer data drives effective personalization, and AI then and only then leverages what has already been consistent and made consistent. You need an ongoing data-first journey. Not just today, but since the invention of data processing, actually. The narrative is clear. Data is the driving force. It is the oil of the industries out there today. It's what drives innovation. Data is the driving force, and AI is the possible enabler. There are many enablers, of which AI is one. Organizations that prioritize high-quality data ecosystems will build adaptive, resilient architectures. AI technologies can then possibly extend the value of those ecosystems, but they can never substitute for the data itself. In shaping the future of enterprise intelligence, those who put data first and allow AI to serve data's agenda will define the next generation of excellence and competitiveness. We at EACOE, the Enterprise Architecture Center of Excellence, can help. We look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk. Be sure to join your host, Sam Holcman, again for another edition of our program. We'll have more real topics of discussion then.